Okay, let's start with the part 4 series of this management podcast. So let's talk about the importance of management. So why the management is important. So there are several points when we talk about the importance of it. So the first one is the achievement of organization goals. It helps in achieving the organization's goals, as we all know. The second thing, it also helps in optimization of the, or we can say optimal utilization of the resources. And third thing, it also helps in minimization of the cost, and also the survival and the growth of organization. It supports and help during that, and it also generates the employment, and lastly it also helps in the development of a nation. So this was the importance of management. Now talking about the levels of management. So every business organization, irrespective of its size, has many managerial posts in its structure, as we all know. So these positions are created through the process of delegation of authority from top to lower levels, and each position is marked by authority, responsibility, functions, roles, and relationships. So there are several levels of management, and we can say we can broadly categorize them three levels: top level, middle level, and lower level. So you can imagine a triangle, or you can just imagine a pyramid, where at the bottom we have lower level management, and in the mid we have middle level management, and at the top we have top level management. So in lower level management, generally there are people like foreman, supervisor, section officer, and superintendent. In middle level management, we have production manager, purchase manager, sales manager, marketing manager, public relationship manager, etc. So there can be more also. And at the top level, we have people like board of directors, chief executives, and general managers. Okay, so the content and nature vary depending on the each level at which the position lies. As one moves upward in the organization, the managerial position always plays an important role. Larger the contribution, greater the authority, and higher the responsibility. So these managerial positions lying in this chain of command may be classified into various groups or levels of management. So now I'm going to discuss like each level of management from top level, mid, then lower level. So let's take a brief look about these levels. So first one is top level management. So top level management is generally occupied by the ownership group. So in a joint stock company, equity shareholders are the real owners of the company. So they elect their representatives as directors and form a board. We generally know this as a board of directors, which constitutes the top level of management. And besides the board, other functionaries including managing director, general manager, of chief executive to help the directors are included in this level. So it is the highest level of managerial hierarchy and the ultimate source of authority in the organization. The top level managers are accountable to the owners and responsible for overall management of the organization. Now, when we talk about the area of scope for this top level management, so the area of scope is to make a corporate plan and long-term strategies for the entire organization covering all areas of operation. And second, to formulate policies covering the entire organization objectives. Third one is to decide upon the matters which are vital for survival, profitability, and growth of organization, such as introduction of new product, shifting to a new technology, and opening a new plant. Next one is to decide on corporate goals, mission, and strategy. Fifth one, to distribute decision on distributing profits and necessary instruction for departmental budgets. Sixth one, to liaison with outside parties and having parties having a stake in business such as government, trade unions, shareholders, and trade association. The seventh one is providing guidance and direction to the departmental heads. Eighth one is appointment of the key middle managers in the organization. The ninth one is coordinating the operations of different departments. 10th one, review and control of organizational performance through reports and etc. So this was all about in the top level management. We understood like how it looks like and what are the area of scope for this top level management. Now let's take a look in the middle level management. So to fulfill the gap which exists between functional and operative level, some managerial positions are created at the middle level of management. So the middle level management consists of the departmental managers, divisional managers, deputy managers, foremen, and administrative officers, etc. And these executives are mainly concerned with the overall functioning of their respective departments. So it's like they explain and interpret the policy decisions to lower management. They issue detailed orders and instructions to the lower management, and to establish departmental goals and decide on ways to achieve the same. We have this middle level management, and just to prepare departmental tactical plans for short term based on over long term goals of the organization, and allocating resources to different activities within a department. For that also we have this middle level management, and the coordinating activities in various sections of management department is done by the middle level management. Implementing a reward system that support cooperative behavior is also done by middle level management. The recruiting supervisory personnel is also under the scope of middle level management. Providing guidance and direction to the supervisory personnel, and at last, like reviewing and controlling the departmental functioning is also in the middle level management. So this was all about in the middle level management. The last one we're gonna see lower level management or supervisory management. So lower level management is also known as supervisory management because it is concerned with mainly with the personal oversight and direction of operative employees. It consists of factory supervisors, superintendents, foremen, sales supervisors, accounts officers, and etc. They directly guide and control performance of rank and file workers. They issue orders and instructions and guide day-to-day activities. When we talk about the scope of these lower level management, then planning of day-to-day work to carry out the business operations, and the assignment of jobs and issuing orders and instructions. The third one, like providing resources to the operatives and giving them safe working conditions. The fourth one can be like supervising and guiding workers. Fifth one can be training to workers. And the next one can be like maintaining close personal contact with the workers to ensure the discipline and teamwork. And the seventh point can be like evaluating operating performance. The next one can be sending performance reports and worker grievances to higher authorities. Ninth point can be like motivating the workforce. And 10th one can be like performance feedback and guidance. So these can be the scope of lower level management. So we saw like the top level management in detail, and also the middle level management, and the last lower level management. So these all three levels we have covered. Now let's take a look at intensity of managerial functions at different level. So we discussed about management comprising of 5 management function. So if you remember from the previous audio logs or podcast, we have this word different management function, POSDC. So planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Now let's see the intensity of these functions at different level. So first I will tell you the level of management, and then we see the management function. So in the top management, top management spend more time on planning and organizing as compared to middle and lower management. And in case of middle level management, the middle level management spend more time on directing and controlling than the top management. Lower level managers also spend less time on planning and organizing and more time on controlling and directing as compared to top management. So when we let's try to compare all the 3 management levels. So based on some characteristics, we're gonna just compare all the levels. So if we talk about the number of persons, so in case of top management there are very few number of persons, and in case of middle management they are in moderate in numbers, and in case of supervisory management there are like many people. When we talk about the role, then top management has very strategic role. In case of middle management, people have their very tactical role, and in case of supervisory or the lower level, they have operational role. And nature of functions, when we talk about, so in top management, the nature of functions are broad and creative. In case of middle management, they're somewhat broad and creative, and in the third one, in supervisory management, they are routine and detailed. The level of complexity, so top management is extremely high complex, and the middle level management is moderate complex, but the last lower level, which is supervisory management, is very low complex. In terms of job measurement, the top management is exceedingly difficult job, and middle management is less difficult as compared to top management, and the supervisory management is easy. Okay, so and if we talk about the last characteristics like time dimension, then the top management is a long term, and middle management is medium term, and supervisory management is day to day. So this was all the comparison that we saw right now based on the different characteristics like persons and the nature of functions and complexity, level of job measurement, and the time dimension. So we have covered briefly about the 3 different levels and their differences, and also their intensity of functions at different levels. So hope you guys see you in the next podcast or audio log. See you, take care, bye bye.